This time on Roadkill, 1,750 miles all the way across the country in the Vanishing Paint Challenger at the Tire Rack SCCA Solo Nationals. This is going to be a big road trip episode of Roadkill. We're going from California to Lincoln, Nebraska for the Tire Rack SCCA Solo Nationals. It's a huge autocross event. I understand it is the largest amateur motorsports event in the world. The other thing that's unusual about this episode is for the first time ever, we're going to be with a car that we built on the Roadkill Garage show, and then we're road tripping it on Roadkill. And because of that, my co-host on this episode is going to be Steve Dulcich, the same guy that I do Roadkill Garage with. The car is going to be the Vanishing Paint 1970 Dodge Challenger. This thing Dulcich bought sometime in the mid-90s, and it has just been sitting rotting in his backyard, literally soaking into the ground. Until we got into some horse trading, the car ended up mine, and we decided to put the thing together. We installed the engine, rebuilt a transmission, put a Ford 9-inch in it, and the engine itself is a 360 small block that makes a neighborhood of 400 horsepower. Now, the second episode of Roadkill Garage, we did all the suspension on this thing, and I used just middle-of-the-road parts. It's all average guy stuff, nothing super trick. And on this episode, we're gonna see if we can even get to Lincoln, Nebraska, and then find out if our clapped-out old muscle car can hang with these hardcore autocross guys. All right, Dulcich, let's go.
All right.
Make like a seagull and get the flock out of here.
I know, this is what I've been waiting for, dude.
I know, I've been dying to hit the road in this turn.
Yeah.
We have not driven this car, probably not even 20 miles since the engine, trans, and rear end were new.
I know, it's all brand new. What can go wrong? Listen to that thing purr.
Oh, I know. Finally on the road. I've been looking forward to this so much. We need to do 400 miles a day to get there.
I'm happy that you have this thing registered and insured.
I know.
That's big for me.
The VP has everything.
Yeah.
Why we call this car the Vanishing Paint. In 1971, there was this movie called Vanishing Point, where a guy who was an ex-Marine, ex-cop is drug running from Colorado to San Francisco in a 1970 Dodge Challenger. Oil pressure charging, cooling, new engine. Only a couple things have changed on this. We put a back seat in to match the rules at the event.
Yeah.
We put the TA spoiler on the back.
We put body plugs
in the floor.
And it's transformed because it's way quieter. Luxurious, I might even be tempted to say.
Oh yeah, the VP is gonna deliver. What if we win? All right, your turn.
All right. Hey, Freiberger, do you realize that this is as close to automotive perfection that we've ever achieved on Roadkill Garage?
That's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, how does it get better than this? I didn't want to over-rev it and go crazy. Man, I think you're going to dominate with this car, Freiberger.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
We're really taking the long way for guys who need to go 1,500 miles in an old car. And
I know, but we're having fun.
we're basically doing Vanishing Point backwards.
Yes.
Weren't they doing Denver to San Francisco?
Yeah.
We're going basically same thing backwards. Oh man, this has been awesome. We're like going full Kowalski here in the Eastern Sierras, just blasting it like 80 miles an hour. Thing's been running at 170 degrees, 50 pounds of oil pressure. It's almost as if we built this thing right, up to the point where we never thought to check the headlights. This thing just cruises, man. Steve and I are both just stoked on the car.
Seems like you're just in love with it, Freiberger.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Maybe we should fiddle with the dimmer switch.
Oh, the dimmer switch, yeah, good
Dimmer
thought.
switch is always a good first start.
So far, it looks like everything we touched on this car has been perfect. The only problem is we haven't touched everything. None of the wiring's been looked at. Freiberger is going to do a bunch of futile electrical tests, but first we've got to fix these headlights. There's no... Hey, Freiberger!
What?
The headlights work. What'd you do?
Seriously?
Yes! Oh, you fixed it.
It's just packed with dirt and stuff.
We just had this one going too. We had 4.
That blinked this one when you kicked that one, so
Well,
that grounds...
Go do...
Oh!
Oh!
Hold on. How about now?
No. I'm wondering if the ground wire's jacked.
Let's bypass this switch. Whenever headlights go bad on old cars, my first stop is always the floor dimmer switch. Sometimes you can fix them just by clicking them a lot because the contacts get filthy in there, but that doesn't seem to be the deal. What I plan to do here is pull the plug out, and I'm just gonna jump the wires together till we have enough lights. And what do you have now?
The low beams work, yeah.
What do you want to do about the back?
I don't think there's any power going back there.
We're taking the back seat out of the car because there is a connector under there that goes to the rear wiring harness.
So the whole thing's escalated pretty quickly, but it'd be nice to get the taillights working. Freiberger is gonna work his magic, and pretty soon this is just gonna light up like New Year's Eve. Okay, we have taillights.
Boom! Oh,
yeah.
These lights are bad, but they are lights. Bishop, California, the beef jerky capital of the world. We're at
Pretty good.
Mahogany Smoked Meats. This is literally the best jerky. What do you think?
Pretty good.
Bottom line, we're going to Salt Lake City today. It's 525 miles from here, and you're driving.
I like
Let's go.
that. It's really grippy on these tires.
Yeah. I like the way it sounds.
It's a little skittish at speed.
Yep.
You said the wheel alignment looks like it's out?
I think it's falling apart because it's got a shake now too that it didn't have before.
Yeah. We should take a look at that.
Okay, you knew this wasn't going to go trouble-free. I noticed that our camber is completely jacked. It's going to eat up tires, and you said it's like starting to get pretty twitchy too, huh?
Oh yeah, I passed a truck and you had to really drive it because it was all over the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
So fortunately, we had an old car guy friend here who we met on another road trip, and we're going to use his driveway here to see if we can figure out if we can fix it.
When we went and got the wheel alignment done, Freiberger's suggested several times, we better make sure they tighten the bolts.
I don't think he tightened the cam bolts on the upper control arm that adjusts virtually everything.
Well,
What do you bet?
I insisted it'll be fine. There's no reason to check it.
Oh, this one's gone. These cam bolts that adjust the position of the upper control arm. And because there's 2 cam bolts on both sides, they'll move the arm in and out and also side to side. So they're gonna affect camber, caster, and toe in. You can see it was never locked down, and that's our problem.
Yeah, this one's completely loose and lost adjustment.
Yep, so that's it for sure. Never tightened the upper cam bolts, and so they slipped, and our camber is a disaster.
And that's gonna wipe these tires out in no time flat.
Well, we should probably get them as straight up and down as we can, but as you know, it's also going to affect the caster and the toe. Field fix. Let's get our stuff.
Okay, grab the wrenches and sockets and
Yeah.
I'll stand by here and wait for you.
Okay. You can admire the collection of good stuff behind you.
I know. We came here one time before. We just happened to break down right in front of Bert's place again. So Bert actually remembered us.
How can you forget?
Yeah, that's right.
Every book you get, your pictures is in it.
Right, I know, and I can't forget the car guy either, you know? It's just like I was here yesterday. That's a nice 68 Satellite.
This Satellite was Mom's car.
That is a 383?
The Mom liked it.
Yeah. You got a row of Chevys here too. Man, look at that Nova convertible.
Super Sport in the corner behind it.
Well, I can see some Little cheerleader driving this thing around, Bert.
I really wanted to take this thing to an alignment shop, but the one place that's like 20 miles back is busy. So I'm gonna make Steve actually do as best he can and hope that we don't kill tires before we get to Salt Lake City and make it right.
As best you can. I'm gonna make it great, Freiberger.
Okay,
Yeah.
do it.
All you have to do is jack the car up and I'll take it from there.
You can borrow Bert's tape measure and make it flawless. Coming down. I'd say rip it up and down the street to see. You like the way you go straight to wide open? Because, you know, nothing could go wrong. It actually looked pretty good. I think we're all right. It's good enough to get us where we're going. How's it drive?
Drives better.
Okay, let's just hit it. We got miles to cover.
Yeah, let me take a look at it. I think it's good.
Let me ask you, you happy with it?
Yeah,
Great.
I think we're on the road again.
Good work, Dulcich.
I wouldn't say it's perfection, but it's not pulling it good enough for us.
Oh yeah, we're good. Next stop, Tonopah, Wendover.
Actually, that was a good stop.
See, that's the advantage of hanging out with old guys with junkyards in the middle of nowhere.
I know.
It's what you gotta do.
And Bert remembered us from 3 years ago.
Oh, of course.
Only one afternoon visit.
Salt Lake City, pretty good.
I like it around here, man. This place is great.
You know what? Yesterday we drove 525 miles, which I'm pretty sure is an all-time roadkill record.
It was just a Sunday drive in the Vanishing paint.
That was really no problem.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's now 880 miles to Lincoln, Nebraska, and we've got 3 days to do it, so we're home free.
Oh, I know.
Well, let's hit it. We're going to Wyoming today. I want
yeah?
to cruise old towns and maybe camp. You know what the thing is? I'm not sure they allow burnouts in front of the temple.
I thought that was a castle or something.
The LDS capital of the world.
No. Make sure nobody's coming?
Yeah. Yes, this would be the state capital.
It would have to be. Look, it's a magnificent building.
We're gonna get wet. That's rain.
Oh, I know, but it's going to be, you know, nice, cozy, comfortable, and warm in the hotel room tonight, right?
No.
What do you mean? No?
We're gonna camp.
We're camping.
Yeah.
Can I sleep in the car?
Sure.
I'd sleep outside too, but I'm afraid of rattlesnakes and spiders.
They're more afraid of you. You're Steve Dulcich.
Oh, yeah?
Cattle crossing. Whoa. We're adventuring now.
Well, you're going to lose it, dude. The Challenger's handling it pretty admirably so far.
Yeah. This road is shaking this car apart. The Challenger isn't as good at off-roading as like General Mayhem and stuff, but I think it's because of the low-profile tires.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Got that fixed yet, Freiberger?
Almost.
All right.
So, the washboard road is just shaking this thing apart. The suspension on this deal is not intended for washboard road. It shook the exhaust system off. All the bolts fell out of the muffler hangers, and Steve had to pull a bolt out of a door hinge on the other side in order to get a new bolt to hang the muffler. This side, I'm able to just sort of put it back together, which is what I'm working on here. Hey Steve, can you bring that light over? I can't see anything.
Driving the Challenger down that dirt road was a mistake. The thing was just shaken apart bad, but we ultimately got to our campground and it was an awesome evening of campfire and fireworks.
That wasn't too good. It was freezing cold inside this car. That's the thing about the desert at night. This car's not big enough for the two of us. So Freiberger's camped out over there. We're gonna go wake him up. We can get to making some miles. That's actually kind of fun.
Jerk. Kind of refreshing, actually.
Why did I like doing that so much?
Where'd everybody go?
How did you sleep? Based on the snoring value, I could hear you from the Challenger way over there.
Oh, I believe it.
Do you accept my apologies?
No. Dude, I can't believe after your comfortable night of indoor sleeping with climate control and everything that you would then pour water in my face to make me wake up after my freezing night by the fire in my sleeping bag. And now we have to drive the world's roughest road that shakes the whole car apart.
I'm gonna have to go slow here on this washboard.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself.
Some cars I love off-roading, this one is terrible. We're just shaking it apart.
It's actually pretty bad.
It's making my moves bounce. Oh, dude, we only have 591 miles to go.
Oh, wow.
I think the road smooths out a bit at some point.
You're sniffing those rear shocks.
Take it easy so I don't end up in the penitentiary.
Yeah. I just love cruising the old western town. Wyoming Frontier Prison Museum. And there it is.
Oh, wow.
The old penitentiary. I don't know why when I'm on a road trip, I always want to go to prison. Finnegan and I visited that old Joliet prison near Chicago, but check this out. This is an old penitentiary in Wyoming. We're in the town of Rawlins, and it's just cool to me to drive through these old places and find things that I didn't know existed, and this is one of them. We were just looking at the signs. 1888 they started this place, shut it down in 1981, and it's still standing, which is really cool. But we've got miles to make, so we're gonna hit the road again.
Take it from me, kids. Stay on the straight and narrow and stay out of a place like this. Those are words to live by.
The drive's pretty nice, other than the vibration.
Yeah, you're right. And the problems begin. We're in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I used to be able to drive this thing 85 miles an hour all day long. The problem now is anywhere above 70, it shakes bad, like almost undrivable bad. Look at this. You can see, if you look at the overall stance of the vehicle, that it's tail down and it's just sagging, sagging, sagging. And maybe that's even an issue with the drive shaft angularity that's causing the vibration that we have to go fix right now if I can only get Dulcich to jack the car up.
Okay, I'm feeling pretty magnanimous. I'm gonna help you work on the car, but I'm gonna have to change my shirt.
Oh, you're gonna change out of the Kowalski?
Yeah.
Kowalski, by the way, the lead character in the Vanishing Point movie, played by Barry Newman.
We got a Union Pacific eastbound coming through.
So Steve is spinning the drive shaft around by rotating the tire, and I am trying to feel for any problems with the drive shaft, like dents, straightness, any binding on U-joints, because what's going on feels like the world's worst drive shaft vibration.
Well, our vibration seemed like it had something to do with the drive shaft. The back of it was pretty good. Up front, you have a slip joint where the yoke goes into the transmission. And basically, I don't think we have enough engagement of the yoke inside the trans. It's supported by a bushing and it's hanging out a little too far back. I think the drive shaft was probably made wrong. And with the sagging spring, it pulls out even more.
Basically what Dulcich said is we're not fixing that. It's gonna have a vibration problem until we get a different drive shaft in it and probably change that bushing in the tail shaft of the trans. So we're gonna move on to changing our front brake pads to EBC stuff.
Okay, well that should be straightforward.
Man, these tires are grippy.
I know. The car stuck like glue when I was driving it on those mountain roads.
This next thing is actually pretty optional. It's not really a field repair as much as an upgrade. For going to the autocross, I wanted like super sticky pads, and so EBC is the official brake at Roadkill. They recommended their yellow stuff pad, and I'm putting them on a couple days early because they need to be broken in, like bedded into the rotor. I'm just gonna take this apart and make that happen. All right, well, I guess we're committed to Cheyenne for the night.
Yeah, well, that sounds good to me.
Okay. Maybe we could do it in the city jail, that'd be good.
Yeah. It's a lot cheaper than a hotel. All right. You know what I am, Freiberger?
Kowalski?
I'm ready for action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ignition on. I've got no ignition. Okay, nice work, Freiberger. You know, putting on this vest really kind of changes your whole mental attitude.
Really?
Yeah, no wonder Kowalski had that vest. If you're gonna pop bennies and outrun the law, it's hard not to feel good when you're behind the wheel of a 70 Challenger.
You know what, Dulcich?
What?
Every day with plaid and camo is a great day.
I like it.
It's a good style,
It's
but
very coordinated.
it's gonna rain. I've talked to the guys who are at Lincoln, Nebraska, and it's drizzling, and they do race in the rain, and so we gotta figure out how to make the wipers work. I don't even know if the motor works at all. Let's figure out the wiring first.
There's no juice coming to it. It's gonna take a little fiddling around. It's not a really simple wiring thing, it's complicated.
The wiper motor doesn't work. We've tried jumping it every way that we can, and we're forced to take it out and hopefully fix it, and if not, hopefully see if we can get someone to deliver one to the racetrack tomorrow, because it's a holiday, so we can't even like overnight one or anything. No one's gonna be open.
I really thought we'd be at the track right now changing the leaf springs in the car, but the wiper thing, it's just that one little factor that just came back and bit us on the ass. We're gonna have to get that functional.
I got it. Can we rotate this?
Sure.
Now let's try it. Ready?
Yeah.
This could be the moment. Yeah! It moved.
Let's open this up.
Yeah.
There may be brushes in there because it's a 12 volt DC motor.
Oh, clean that up. Clean this up.
We've got a lot of good.
Oh! Okay, that was a fail. All right, fortunately, I got all the parts in my hand. Okay, there's the brushes. That was actually good because now we can clean these brushes. We took this motor apart and it's all sort of filthy and sticky and stuff, so we're basically gonna try and clean it up and make it function. Ready?
Ready.
This is the moment of truth. Yes, it works. What?
You assured me that was gonna work.
I know. Okay, Steve, grounded. I found a new wiring diagram
Okay.
that I think proved that we were failing. This needs to be grounded too. Ground that.
Okay,
And then,
make it work.
Ready?
Yeah.
High speed.
Whoa! That's genius.
Yeah!
The saga of the wiper motor.
How's your ecstasy? Your euphoria?
I'm just like in stunned disbelief.
Bam.
I'm done already.
Okay. There. Boom. Now that we've done this, it'll probably be sunny the whole rest of the trip. Pack up, get out. We still have 2 hours before we get to Lincoln.
That was one of the greatest wins ever.
I know, nobody ever gets that done. All right, out of here. All right, we're on this for 122 miles.
Next stop, Lincoln, Nebraska.
It's Labor Day in the USA.
That's right.
And
I'm Captain America, baby. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
okay, I hope this works.
How can it fail?
Normally on Roadkill, the cars are just smoking naturally.
Oh no, this is gonna be great.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I've been ready all my life, buddy.
And boom!
I see something, yeah.
Oh yeah! Woohoo! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, this is great! It's still going!
That's awesome.
Hammer down!
Yeah!
We did it! 1,700 plus miles to Lincoln, Nebraska. We had a little bit of a Labor Day celebration with a smoke show, and now we gotta fix the car. We've been whining for roughly 1,000 miles about how the rear leaf springs on this thing are completely sagged out and they're a mess. I had some brand new Hotchkiss suspension springs FedExed to this hotel, so we've got the parts and now we gotta change them because we're racing tomorrow. We gotta fix the seats, and who knows what they'll throw at us at tech inspection tomorrow. Prepare to catch, because I'm about to drop it.
I've got it.
It is out. Ba-boom. This is the front spring hanger bracket, and check this out. We did this on Roadkill Garage. We ended up taking a plate and taking the stock spring hanger and moving it over and welding it back together. And what that does is it takes the whole leaf spring and it moves it inboard, so we've got more tire clearance, and we have an offset shackle in the back too. So watch the episode of Roadkill Garage where we did the whole suspension on this car, and you'll learn a bunch of little tricks like that. This is the shackle bushing that goes in the back of the leaf spring, and they are polyurethane, and you gotta cover them with this monkey snot grease so they'll squeak your brains out. And if you get this on your finger, it will never come off. So hopefully I escaped that fate.
Ow.
That was record time, it's pretty good.
That wasn't bad. I'm pretty proud.
I hope it's right. Drop it. Boom.
Fry burger.
Yep,
You nailed it.
nailed it.
That's really good.
We're ready for racing. Boom!
Bam!
We did that fast, man. Got rid of those old sagged out leaf springs, installed some Hotchkiss stuff. They'll probably settle in a little bit. Ooh, wow, that's pretty rigid too. We're pretty much set for racing tomorrow, except for that driver's seat keeps like falling backwards. So he's gonna take the 2 seat backs and swap them. And then tomorrow morning we do track walk, then we have to tech the car, and then we have to find out what they're not gonna allow, and then we're gonna race. This is it, the Tire Rack SCCA Solo Nationals. Solo being 1 car on the track, full on autocross. This place is enormous. and it's raining. I'm pretty intimidated by making this happen. Didn't really sleep last night, so when I got up, I was like, you know what? Dulcich has had like this certain magic going on in this entire episode, and I realized it was the power of the stash, so I had to go for it this morning. Unfortunately, Dulcich took one look at me and said, that's not the Bronson, that's not the Kowalski, that's the Hulk Hogan. Oh well. So what we're gonna do now is do a track walk, because I guarantee I am gonna get lost out here. So you start right there, and I guess you zoom around and the time doesn't begin till there.
Yeah, use that part to pick up speed. I'll go.
Yeah, you always have to be looking ahead. You're not worrying about the turn you're in, you're worrying about the next one you're setting up
Okay,
for.
you just come sweeping out of here and you just go to the outside of that cone?
Yeah. Yep. Do you feel the mustache is gonna save me?
Yeah.
There's just so many opportunities for you to get lost.
So that huge sweeper, then you come up here, man, and you better be ready for action, baby, because you're taking a right turn right here.
This would be a left turn, actually.
Oh, left turn, yeah, right here. So this is gonna be...
Yep, and then... So that was track walk, wow.
It's really
This
fast.
is fast.
And I'm glad it's raining.
Why?
Because I needed the added test of difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah.
To test the power of the stash.
Yeah.
Next up, we gotta go get the car teched and find out if they're gonna make us fix stuff before we can actually run.
Oh man, I certainly hope not.
Do a quick check of your car, make sure it's safe.
Good luck with that.
I'm feeling a little play in the steering, but you're probably used to that by now.
Once the hydraulic pressure is on it,
It's better.
yeah.
We were going to ask you to cinch that battery down for us.
For sure.
What's that?
That's
The windshield wiper.
Oh, that's the
See, positive,
okay.
negative.
that completes the circuit.
Yeah. Well, we went through tech. The guys were actually super cool. Right now, I'm installing decals for our class. You may not have known actually that SCCA has classes for old cars like this. It's actually for 1990 and older. We're gonna be ready to race as soon as we fix some of that little stuff that they told us to do. We want to thank Jeff and Kimson back in our office for making meatball numbers for us.
That's sweet.
We are about on a 2-minute warning. Taking Montgomery should be first we see, as he is at the line now.
Finally, we're here on the grid, actually ready to race. I've been watching the track, trying to memorize it, because my biggest fear is losing the track out there and not knowing where I'm going. My second biggest fear is spinning the thing out. And it all comes down to this right now.
We got together with the SCCA and found out how this is gonna work. Basically, I'm gonna get 3 runs and Dulcich is gonna get 3 runs.
All right, this is it. My main goals here, don't get lost, don't spin out. Here we go.
Freiburger's out there. That's going to be our first run. It's looking pretty good. The smart thing to do is take it easy, learn the course, because this is a big and fast course.
Got lost. I'm completely lost.
And so my worst fears were realized. I got completely lost out there among all of the cones. It's really hard to see. And normally these things have a big chalk mark, but the rain had washed it all away. That's my excuse. And I'm thinking it might be Dulcich's excuse as well, because he went out for his first pass and sure enough, got just as lost.
I think he just lost the course.
Oh man, now where'd I go?
He lost it.
It looks like I lost the course. I was looking.
Yeah, he's just coming in. I went and got some help from guys who've done this a lot, and they told me a couple things, one of which is I needed to walk the course like 2 to 6 times instead of once in the pouring rain. And then I got another help. We sat there and watched a POV camera going around the track about 5 times, so.
All right, here we go again.
And on my second pass out there, I just took it really slow, wanting no risk of getting lost again, and finally, I made it all the way around the course.
Yeah, he made a run. All right.
Okay, I feel much better about that. 83 seconds was my time, so that's pretty lame, but at least I made it all the way around the track.
And then Dulcich went out and got completely lost for the second time.
Now what? There.
Over there!
Oh, I'm getting the heck out of here. Oh, I just blew it on that. I'm out of here. I'm just totally screwed up.
It's been a long way to go, and right now, this is our last shot. We each get one more run at redemption.
My temptation is to go out there and try and go real fast and find out what the car can do versus these other things. But the reality is, all I want to do is not get lost again.
And he's off. All right. It's looking pretty quick. He's got it. Oh man, he's got this. Around back to the corner. He's almost out of it. He's just got a short slalom there, a hook at the end, and then the long straight slalom for the finish line. Oh yeah, he's got this. He's gonna start hot dogging it now. I don't know what his time is gonna be.
Okay. 79,117.
I did it! Made it all the way around the track, didn't fail, and ran 4 seconds quicker than I had on my prior lap. It doesn't really matter to me that that put me as the slowest car in the category, because I finished the Tire Rack SCCA Solo Nationals.
Well, you made it.
Cut 4 seconds off my time.
No, you were faster, yeah.
Didn't hit a cone.
I think the heat's on for my next heat.
So that felt pretty good, and now it's down to Dulcich's last chance.
I am literally the last car on the track.
He's got the lights on. He's taking it easy. It is so much harder at dusk when you can't see the cones. It's really hard. I hope for his sake that he makes it all the way around, because otherwise it's going to be just complete defeat.
Oh, did I lose the course again? Oh, now where's the course?
Well, sure enough, Dulcich went out there and gave it his best shot, but got completely lost again. But at least he ended it all in Roadkill style with a massive smoke show. And really, I think that donut session kind of encapsulates everything that this episode was about. Because we may have sort of failed at the autocross, but we won at life. We put this car together with our own 2 hands in our garage. We have touched every nut and bolt on the entire car, and then we road tripped it 1,750 miles, had an awesome time along the way, and we were victorious just in getting off the couch and arriving at the SCCA Solo Nationals. And you know what? I completed a lap, and that's all that's important right now. This was a Roadkill win. Support companies that support Roadkill. Buy your speed parts at jegs.com.
Well, you've got me out here in the rain wearing this ridiculous vest, you know? Let's just put Dulcich in the getup, right? You know, Freiberger, he gets a nice hoodie with the stubby bob shirt. I'm telling you, man, I'm going over the limit on this whole character thing. You keep it up. And I guess there's nothing much I can do.
What?